Have you ever noticed a subtle change in your scent? Something you didn't recognize, something that feels new? Maybe you caught a whiff of it while changing clothes. Maybe someone else didn't say anything, but you sensed it. It's not necessarily bad, but it's not what you're used to. It can make you feel uncomfortable, self-conscious, even a little embarrassed. And you start to wonder, am I doing something wrong? You try new soaps, you shower more, you switch deodorants, but the scent still lingers, quietly, uninvited. Here's the truth. Your body isn't failing you. It's just changing. And those changes are normal, natural, even expected after 60. But no one tells you this. No one explains that aging affects more than just our joints or memory. It also changes the way our skin produces oils, the way our sweat works, even the way our body detoxifies itself. There's a scientific reason behind that subtle, older adult smell people don't talk about, and it has nothing to do with hygiene, laziness, or neglect. But here's the good news. Once you know what's happening, and why, you can fix it. Gently, naturally, without harsh products or shame. In this video, we're going to talk openly about why your body may smell different after 60, and what you can do to feel clean, fresh, and confident again. Because the goal isn't perfection, it's peace. And yes, you deserve that. Let's be honest, very few people talk openly about body odor after 60. It's one of those quiet, uncomfortable topics that most just ignore or try to mask with perfume. But here's what most don't realize. The way we smell is deeply connected to what's happening inside our bodies, and aging changes that. As we grow older, our skin produces less oil, but what it does produce changes in composition. There's a specific compound called 2-non-enol that begins to appear in the skin's natural oils as we age, and it's been scientifically linked to the distinct scent many people associate with older adults. This isn't about being clean or dirty. It's not about hygiene or effort. It's about biology. Hormones shift. The skin renews itself more slowly. Our sense of smell can even become less sensitive, making it harder to notice changes in ourselves. And to make it more complex, medications, diet, hydration, and even fabrics we wear can influence how our body smells. But here's the empowering part. There are gentle, respectful ways to reduce this change without scrubbing harshly or using artificial chemicals that irritate the skin. In today's video, we're going to explore those quiet changes happening in your skin and sweat, and walk through simple, effective steps you can take to feel fresher, more comfortable, and more confident in your own body. Because this isn't about hiding who you are. It's about caring for yourself with knowledge, kindness, and intention. It often begins quietly, something subtle. You might catch a different scent while putting on your shirt. Or you open the laundry hamper and notice something a little off, something you don't quite recognize. It's not strong. It's not offensive. It's just different. And it lingers. You may try to ignore it at first. Then you start showering more, switching soaps, scrubbing harder. You may even avoid hugging people too closely, just in case. And all the while you're wondering, is this just part of getting older? The answer is yes and no. Yes, because it's part of a natural biological change. No, because there's so much you can do about it. Let's start with what's actually happening. As we age, the way our skin functions begins to shift. The outer layer of the skin renews more slowly. Our natural oils, sebum, begin to change in composition. And that's where the compound 2-non-enol comes in. 2-non-enol is a substance that starts appearing in higher amounts in people over 50. It's created when our skin oils oxidize, particularly on areas with more sebaceous glands, like the back, chest, neck, behind the ears, and scalp. It has a slightly greasy, somewhat stale odor, and it's notoriously difficult to wash away with standard soap. Here's what's important to understand. This isn't because of poor hygiene. It's not because you're not clean. It's because your skin has changed, and your routine needs to change with it. Think about it this way. You wouldn't use the same skin cream you used at 30, right? Because your skin at 60 plus needs different support. The same goes for how you wash, what you wear, even what you eat. Let's start with how you cleanse. Many people, upon noticing a change in their scent, default to scrubbing harder. They buy harsher soaps, stronger deodorants, more perfume. But this often makes things worse. Harsh products strip the skin of its protective barrier. This leads to dryness, irritation, and, ironically, more odor. Because your skin tries to compensate by producing even more oil. Instead, the goal is to gently cleanse the areas where 2-non-enol builds up most: upper back chest, neck and behind the ears, scalp, underarms. Use a pH-balanced, moisturizing cleanser. Some natural ingredients like persimmon extract, green tea, or charcoal have been shown to help neutralize 2-non-enol without drying out the skin, and exfoliate, but gently. A soft cloth or sponge once or twice a week helps remove dead skin cells where odor can linger. Avoid anything rough or abrasive. Your skin isn't just older, it's wiser, and it needs care, not punishment. Now let's talk about your clothes. Most people wash their bodies but forget about their fabrics, yet body odor clings to what you wear, especially synthetics. Polyester, for example, traps oils and bacteria more than natural fibers. If you've been noticing odor but your hygiene is solid, try switching to more breathable natural fabrics: cotton, bamboo, or linen. These allow your skin to breathe and reduce the buildup of sweat and oils. Wash undergarments, towels, and bedsheets regularly, ideally in hot water, and let them dry fully before reusing. And don't forget your scalp. 2-non-enol is often found in sebum-heavy areas like the scalp, especially if you sweat at night or wear hats often. If you've noticed an odor coming from your pillowcase, your hair products, or your scalp itself, consider alternating your shampoo with a clarifying formula once a week. Massage the scalp gently and rinse thoroughly. But beyond hygiene and clothing, your lifestyle matters too. What you eat, how much water you drink, your activity levels, all of it influences your scent. Highly processed foods, red meat, alcohol, and sugar can increase the load on your liver and skin, making odors stronger. Hydration, on the other hand, supports detoxification and helps your body flush out waste more efficiently. Even stress plays a role. Cortisol, the stress hormone, alters your sweat composition. Ever noticed how you smell different when you're anxious? That's not your imagination. So, part of staying fresh isn't just about what you put on your skin, but how you live inside it. One of the most overlooked solutions? Balance. Calm. Self-kindness. Now let's talk about one more deeply personal piece: how you feel about all this. Many older adults feel ashamed when they notice changes in how they smell. They pull back from intimacy. They avoid physical closeness. Some even start feeling invisible or unworthy of affection. But here's the truth that no one tells you. Your body has earned the right to change. It's carried you for decades. It's healed, held, walked, and worked for you, even when you weren't always gentle with it. This isn't about masking who you are. It's about tending to yourself with respect, the way you would care for someone you love. So yes, cleanse with intention. Wear breathable fabrics. Support your skin. But also, let go of the shame. You're not less clean. You're just in a new season. And this season deserves to feel fresh, confident, and proud. Let me tell you about Marisa. She's 74. Elegant. Quietly wise. She told me once, "I used to worry about how I smelled. I was afraid to get close to anyone. I kept trying to cover it up. Then one day I realized I didn't need to cover it. I just needed to care for myself differently." She started using a gentle body wash with persimmon. She switched her shirts to cotton. She added a morning walk and a little more water. And within weeks the difference was clear, not just in how she smelled, but in how she carried herself. That's what this is about. Dignity, renewal, and the quiet power of knowing your body and choosing to care for it with love. Let's go deeper. Most people don't realize how many small daily habits quietly affect the way we smell, especially after 60. Take hydration, for example. As we get older, our sense of thirst naturally decreases. You may not feel thirsty, but your body is already running low on water. And when you're dehydrated, toxins build up. your body tries to push them out through the skin, and that can lead to stronger, less pleasant odors. Just drinking more water, especially in the morning and throughout the day, can support your kidneys and liver in filtering waste the way they're supposed to, rather than leaving your skin to do the heavy lifting. Let's also talk about medications. Many prescriptions, especially for blood pressure, cholesterol, or pain, can change how your body processes sweat and oils. Some increase perspiration. Others dry out the skin and lead to changes in body chemistry. Still others affect gut health. And believe it or not, your gut has a huge impact on how your skin behaves. If you've ever noticed a new or different smell shortly after starting a medication, that's not in your head. It's your body adapting. That doesn't mean the medication is bad. It simply means your care needs to adjust alongside it. Gentler soaps, more frequent laundering, hydrating more. Watching your fiber intake. Speaking of gut health, let's not skip over digestion. A sluggish digestive system can lead to toxin buildup, bloating, even body odor. After 60, many people begin experiencing slower digestion, irregular bowel movements, or discomfort after meals. This can increase the load on your liver and skin to eliminate waste. One way to help your digestion and your skin is to increase fiber, whole grains, leafy greens, ground flax seeds. Add in fermented foods too, like plain yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut. A healthy gut leads to a healthy microbiome, inside and out. And that brings us to something very few people talk about: the microbiome of your skin. Your skin isn't just skin. It's alive with bacteria, most of it friendly and essential. These microbes help protect your skin, balance moisture, and even manage odor. When you use strong antibacterial soaps or over-cleanse, you actually disrupt this natural balance. And when the good bacteria are weakened, the bad bacteria take over, and that often smells worse. The best thing you can do for your skin microbiome: be gentle. Avoid soaps with alcohol or heavy fragrance. Use lukewarm, not hot, water. Pat dry instead of rubbing. And allow your skin time to rebalance after washing. Let's move into something even more personal now: intimacy and relationships. For many people, body odor becomes a source of anxiety and closeness. You pull away. Avoid sitting too close. Cancel plans, all because of something as natural as skin. But intimacy, at this stage of life, is built on truth. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. If you're afraid that someone might notice a change in your scent, remember this: the people who love you are not looking for perfection, they're looking for connection. And when you take care of yourself, not out of shame, but out of love, that confidence is something others feel too. Let's not forget your environment either. Warm, enclosed spaces, like a closed bedroom or layers of clothing, can trap odors even after bathing. Stale air contributes more than you think. That's why air circulation matters. Open windows when possible. Use a small fan or air purifier in your room. Let your body breathe, not just your lungs. And when it comes to laundry, consider washing clothing with natural additives, like a splash of white vinegar or baking soda, to neutralize odor instead of covering it with synthetic fragrances. Because sometimes it's not your skin, it's the residue left in your clothes. Let's also touch on hormones, especially for women. After menopause, estrogen levels drop significantly. This affects everything from the skin's elasticity to how much you sweat and how that sweat smells. It also influences vaginal flora, which can shift the scent in that intimate area. Many women feel deeply uncomfortable talking about this. But it's not a sign that something's wrong. It's a sign that your body is recalibrating. Gentle, fragrance-free hygiene products designed for mature skin can help. So can wearing breathable cotton underwear, sleeping without underwear when possible, and staying hydrated. For men, hormonal shifts happen more gradually. But testosterone also declines, which can influence body chemistry too. And no, none of this means you've lost anything. It just means the map has changed. And now you're learning how to navigate it with more wisdom and grace. Let me tell you about João. He's 71, lives alone in a small, tidy house. Every Sunday his daughter and grandkids come over for lunch. He loves those visits, the laughter, the stories, the noise. But lately, João noticed something. His shirt smelled different, even fresh out of the drawer. He started using more cologne, showered twice a day, even changed laundry detergents. But that faint, musty scent lingered. At first, he thought it was just his clothes. Then he worried. What if others smell it too? So he began to pull away, hugging his grandkids quickly instead of holding them close. He laughed less, stood a bit farther from the table. His daughter noticed. "Dad," she said gently, "is everything okay?" He shrugged. "I think I'm just getting older." What he didn't know, what most people don't, is that his body was simply doing what aging bodies do, and that there were quiet, respectful ways to care for that, without shame, without hiding, and without pretending. Joam's story is not unique. It's the quiet experience of thousands, maybe millions, of people over 60 who feel the world moving away from them simply because their scent has changed. But here's the truth. You are not a burden. You are not fading. You are adapting. And your body, with all its changes, is not failing you. It's asking for a little more attention, a little more tenderness, a little more intention than before. So what can we do? Let's recap and go even deeper. 1. Reevaluate your cleansing routine. Look for soaps that are pH balanced and formulated for aging skin. Avoid products with strong artificial scents or harsh surfactants. If you can, switch to natural antibacterial ingredients like persimmon extract, witch hazel, or green tea. Focus on cleansing high oil areas: back, neck, chest, behind the ears, scalp, underarms. 2. Rethink your bathing frequency. Too much bathing can strip your skin and increase odor through irritation. Too little can lead to buildup. Aim for consistency, not extremes. Daily gentle showers or every other day with focused cleaning in key areas is often ideal for mature skin. 3. Moisturize. With purpose, dry skin breaks down faster and traps odor. After bathing, use a light, fragrance-free moisturizer to protect your skin barrier. Don't forget your feet, back, and scalp. Yes, the scalp can be moisturized with oils if it's dry. 4. Be intentional with your fabrics. Wear breathable materials. Cotton, bamboo, or linen help regulate temperature and moisture. Avoid re-wearing clothes, even if they look clean. The bacteria that cause odor remain long after the stain is gone. 5. Air out your living space. Let light and air circulate in your bedroom, your closet, your drawers. Stale air, moisture, and darkness create perfect environments for unwanted smells. And most importantly, 6. Treat your body like a partner, not a problem. We live in a culture that tells us youth is cleanliness, but that's not the full truth. Cleanliness is care. Cleanliness is attention. Cleanliness is love, applied to the body with patience. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to adapt. You are allowed to smell different and still be worthy of affection, intimacy, and dignity. Let's not confuse silence with shame. Let's open the window on this conversation and let some fresh air in. Because talking about body odor after 60 doesn't have to feel like a secret. It can feel like empowerment. When we understand our bodies, we stop fighting them. When we stop fighting them, we start listening. And when we listen, we begin to heal. Let's take a moment to speak about something deeper. Because under the surface of this conversation, beneath the tips, the cleansers, the routines, lives something more vulnerable: the fear of becoming invisible. Many people over 60 carry a quiet worry that their changing bodies, in shape, strength, or scent, might push them to the margins. That being less fresh or less perfect makes them somehow less lovable. But that is a lie we're all overdue to challenge. Aging isn't the absence of beauty, it's the arrival of a different kind, one rooted in wisdom, in truth, in authenticity. When you choose to take care of your body, not to fight time but to honor it, something shifts. You move from self-judgment to self-respect. You stop covering up and start showing up. Let me share one last story. Donna Lucia is 78. She lives in a quiet apartment with too many houseplants and an old record player that still works. She told me once, "I used to be ashamed of how I smelled. I'd change clothes 3 times a day, wash obsessively. Then I realized I wasn't actually trying to be clean. I was trying to be young again. That stopped her. She paused. She breathed. And she changed everything. She simplified her routine, stopped using harsh perfumes, started buying soaps made for her real skin, not her memory of it. She opened her windows every morning. She added more water to her days. She forgave her body for changing. And that forgiveness, that was the cleanest she'd ever felt. Let's talk, too, about how smell connects to memory. Our brain stores scent differently than it stores sight or sound. A smell can transport us to a childhood kitchen, a partner's shirt, a garden at dusk. But when our own scent changes, something else happens. We feel foreign to ourselves. We miss the familiarity. We ask, is this still me? The answer is yes. Just a new version. One that deserves just as much tenderness, maybe more. And what about relationships? For couples aging together, the shift in body chemistry can feel like distance, but it can also become an invitation to explore new intimacy, to laugh at what's different, to choose closeness anyway. Because love, after 60, is rarely about perfection. It's about presence, about the courage to say, this is who I am today. Can we meet here? Let's not forget, too, how powerful daily rituals can be. That evening shower, that dab of balm behind the ear, the shirt you hang in the sun for a few hours before wearing again. These acts are not just hygienic, they're sacred. They're reminders that you're still here, still caring, still tending to the person who has lived every chapter of your life. And finally, there's this. You do not need to erase your age to be accepted. You don't need to mask what is natural to feel beautiful. You don't need to apologize for the body that has carried you this far. You simply need to learn what your body is asking of you now, and respond with softness. So if you've noticed a change in your scent, don't panic, don't hide, don't punish your skin. Just pause, listen, adjust, support. And if anyone makes you feel ashamed for being human, for being alive, that is their discomfort, not your flaw. Let it go. Instead, invest in what heals, a body washed with kindness, a wardrobe that breathes, a room with fresh air and morning light, a plate with greens and water instead of guilt, a mind that knows the difference between a problem and a process. You are not decaying, you are evolving. And your scent? It's just one more way your body is trying to speak to you. Not to embarrass you, but to ask, will you love me as I am now? Let your answer be yes. Gently. Every day. Yes. If you've stayed with me this far, then I want to say something simple. Thank you. Thank you for choosing to listen with openness to a topic that's rarely talked about but deeply felt. It takes courage to face these quiet changes in our bodies, and even more courage to care for ourselves with gentleness instead of judgment. Now I'd love to hear from you. In the comments, write, I choose kindness for my body. Not just today, but every day going forward. Let that be your promise. Not to fix yourself, not to hide, but to support the body that has supported you for so many years. And tell me, what part of this message spoke to you most? Was it the science? The stories? The reminder that you're still worthy of softness and dignity, no matter what changes? Your words matter, not just to me, but to this entire community. Because someone else reading your comment might realize they're not alone, that their experience is valid, that they too are allowed to change and still be loved. If this video gave you a new perspective, please take a second to like it and subscribe for more conversations that honor your age, your story, and your health. Together, we're building something different here. Not content that hides age, but content that celebrates it. You've probably noticed by now, this wasn't really a video about odor. It was about understanding. About learning to listen to your body in a new way, without judgment, without shame. Because aging doesn't mean giving up. It means adjusting. And adjustment isn't weakness, it's wisdom in motion. Yes, your scent may change. Yes, your skin may ask for different care. Yes, some days may require more intention. But none of that means you're less than. It simply means you're alive and still evolving. The truth is, most of what we think of as getting older is really about not being taught how to adapt. But now you know more. You know about 2-nonenal. You know what areas to care for. You know what products to avoid, what fabrics to wear, and what your body needs more of: water, breath, softness, space. More importantly, you know this: you deserve to feel clean, confident, and comfortable in your own skin, no matter your age. So don't chase perfection. Choose care. Choose clarity. Choose peace. Let your body be your companion, not your project. And trust that with every kind choice you make, you are not just aging. You are aging with grace. If this video meant something to you, even just a sentence, a story, a shift, I'd love for you to let me know by clicking like and leaving a comment. It helps this message reach more people who, like you, are walking this road with honesty, grace, and a willingness to keep learning. And if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. Here, we talk about what really matters after 60: health, emotion, memory, identity, love, and the quiet decisions that shape the way we age. We don't chase youth here. We cultivate wisdom, and that's something we build together, week by week. So tap the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. We have more videos coming that will support your mind, your body, and your peace in small, real ways that fit into your life. And one last thing, if there's someone in your life who might be silently wondering, why do I smell different lately? Send this video to them. You never know whose dignity and confidence you could help restore with just one small act of kindness. Thank you for spending your time here. Take care of yourself, gently, completely, and without apology, and I'll see you in the next one.